Who is ready to watch the first place Geno Smith Seattle Seahawks in just a few hours? Let's go.
We are from the city and on the big step, got a football dollar here, dollar there, dollar here, dollar there, dollar here, dollar there, dollar here, dollar there.
What's up, gang? We don't have a football drop yet, so that's going to be the closest thing. Big ticket flip city. A lot of people were out there doing that yesterday as the challenges were cooking up. It's noon, which means we should get an NFL all day announcement. I don't know, sometime in the next 20 minutes. I just saw a ping right now. It just went live. It looks like tonight, Monday Night Football. Let's take a look at it. Let me share screen as it just went live. The timing is beautiful. What do we have here? Here we go. Monday Night Football, the challenge. It's all about scoring touchdowns. Fans will need one moment from every player who records a touchdown tonight. That's what we're looking at. We knew this shit was going to get hard soon. This one's going to be tough. Every TD. I will say the good news is this real possibility this goes 3-0. You know what I'm saying? This goes 3-0. Now, I have a question. Because I think before everybody goes to buy, let me see if it's highlighted in here. Let me see if it's highlighted in here. But before everybody, you will need a moment of the play. Okay, there it is. Because I was just going to say, does passing a touchdown count? So on a passing touchdown, you will need a moment for every player who passed the ball and a moment for the player who caught the ball. So who are we looking at today? Yeah, and that, Joe, this is what I was going to say. That should be easy. Shouldn't be any TDs. The other thing is, like, I know we're saying this game's going to be a shit show, but the Denver Broncos are going to be pretty good. So we're looking at, like, Javonte Williams is going to be on the board. Melvin Gordon's going to be available, right? So those are the two backs who could probably push it in there. On the Denver side of things, we have, on the throwing side of things, we've got Russ, right? Albert O'Connor. I'm not going to do it. Albio. We also have Jerry Jeudy, Cortland Sutton. I couldn't. KJ Hamler. So those were like, and I don't know if Hamler's got a moment, but I don't think he does actually. So Sutton and Jeudy very much going to be live. Yeah, and then we got to think about a defensive player too. So like if Patrick Surtain goes old pick six on us with Mr. Papageno Smith, I feel like that could be something. On Seattle side, if you think they are going to score, right? Seattle defense, probably not out of the question, but I know we'd need the player, right? But Noah Fant is their tight end, DK Metcalf, of course. And then their quarterback, so Geno Smith doesn't have a moment, but it could be what's he called? Sorry. Oh my God. Backup quarterback, Drew Lock. Is that what happens? The end of the week is live as well. We're getting pinged on. Let me see what we got here. Where are the challenges? Here we go. Upcoming. What do we have? End of the week. Let's take a look. It's in a book, Reading Rainbow. You're going to need to own one moment from a player that finished in the top 5 in receiving yards. One moment from any player that finished in the top 5 in rushing yards. One moment from any player that finished in the top 5 in passing yards. And one moment from any defensive player that recorded a sack. And one moment from the opening acts historical. So I'm going to be honest, guys. I thought the end was going to be a little bit harder. I thought the end of the week was going to be a little bit tougher because I wasn't sure how many rares and legendaries they had ready to pack up and give out. And it doesn't seem like any of these are going to be too crazy, right? All you historical nerds out there are going to be like, see, finally utility. Historical was needed. So there you go. And some defensive players as well. So everybody can be happy, happy, joy, joy. But I'm going to be honest. I thought one of these were going to be a little bit harder, especially when you only need to do one of the two, I think, right? So if I take a look at my challenges, we can go through my playbooks. So let's take a look at Zakarian's old big playbook. Let's take a look at that. Oh, I forgot I had a different share screen. So let me stop it, and then let me share it again. All right, here we go. So this is my playbook right now. We're up to 60 yards. 61, excuse me. For the upcoming challenges, I have completed the Sunday one already was done. Excuse me. So, and I completed the Sunday night one as well. So that's going to put me at what? 76, which means, wait, so I still need to get 20. hold on. Let me do this math real quick. So we still need to do, we get week 1 login streak. So that's another 3 yards. Favorite team's 5 yards. I can't tell. Oh, daily visit will get me 1 more. I can't really tell if I'm going to need to do both of them. Are we going to need to do both of these to get to 100? Because in my mind, I didn't think we were going to need to. Wow, just sharp pains. Sharp pains, boys and girls. Sharp pains. How many people in the chat right now think they're on pace for 100? I was thinking I wasn't going to need to do both of these, but now I think I might. Sorry. I thought I had done the math in my head already, but let me look at this again. So purchase a moment from the marketplace. It's 25. So we've gained 25. We've gained the Thursday night and third. So that's 40, 55, right? And then we got 6 here. That's 51. I don't know. Do we need to do both of these? I've got both in the bag unless a TD, defender TD. It would be kind of funny, though, if this game goes 3-0 or 6-3 or 12-6 and like all field goals, then what do they do? If your favorite team wins, you should only have to do 4 of the 5. There you go. So yeah, this is going to be fun. This is going to be fun. How are we feeling about this? Is anybody, or how confident are you that you are going for the 100 yards in the chat? Because I think a lot of people were in this weird decision with the Thursday night challenge. We had a Thursday night challenge that we were rewarded for before we knew the Sunday and Monday challenges. So then no one really knew what to do. No one really knew what to do because they were like, do I sell the Gabe Davis because that's going to be worth more? And I don't know if I'm going to be able to complete the rest of these challenges, and it's not really worth it unless you get to like 80 or 100. So I don't really know. I don't really know how people are going to be approaching this. I will say I like that's how they're that's how they're doing it. I like that we don't exactly know on Thursday what Sunday and Monday are going to look like, because I think it's fun. I think it's fun that we have to speculate. We don't know every damn thing right away. I think that's okay. You should be forced to making some decisions. I like that. I like that a lot. All right. So if you're just joining, I'll hit these real quick one more time, just so we know the 2 challenges. So the end of the week challenges, you need to own 1 moment from any player that finished in the top 5 in receiving, 1 in rushing, and in passing. You need 1 moment from a defensive player that recorded a sack. Shut up, my man, Von Miller. And then 1 moment from the opening acts historical series. So that is the end of the week challenge. The Monday night challenge. The Monday night challenge is every player that scores a touchdown. That includes throwing that shit. So Russell Wilson, probably the only quarterback that we're going to see. I don't know. How do we feel? I feel like everyone's scrambling right now in the marketplace and no one's actually sure how they feel about this. I think this is probably, I'll be honest, I thought it was going to be a little bit trickier. Are there any, let's actually look in the marketplace right now and see if there are any like just rares of these guys, right? Does anybody just have a rare of, let's see, we'll look at Metcalf. No, let's do it this way. Actually, let's just look at Broncos and Seahawks and just kind of work our way down here. And we'll go from highest to lowest, because that'll be a little. All right. So we know Russ has a common. We know DK has a common. Javonte has a common as well, I believe. So the legendary is not too helpful, but I'm just trying. Rashad Penny could be the one that messes this up. You know what I will say, though? I don't feel great about the rushing game of Seattle against Denver. They should be down by 14 pretty quickly, unless we get in a slog. But Penny could be it. He also has 2 rares, so 2 rares that are treated like commons. So I'm sure that doesn't go too crazy. But we'll see. Rashad Penny could be the one that like just pumps it up a little bit. I wonder too. I know a lot of people are asking like, "Hey, I didn't get my 5 points for my team winning." I bet they don't reward those until all of the games are done. So we'll probably find out tomorrow. Dustin came by to say he's so tired. I know he's doing a lot right now, Dustin. I know. Yeah, I don't know. I like it. I like the 2 challenges. Nothing too crazy, but just hard enough. Let's take a look at like what is Russell Wilson's common right now. Let's actually do it this way. Sorry. Let's do low to high, just in case we get any weird defensive touchdowns. Shawnee Alexander. All right, I don't care about those. Brandon. All right, Albio at $18 right now. That is your best bet of cheap touchdown. Greg Dulcich, apologize for the pronunciation, is on the PUP, and he's not going to be back most likely till week 6, I think. So Albie should be tight end number 1 for Russ. It's hard to, picking touchdowns are like picking home runs, right? They're not exactly the easiest thing to peg, but I like LBO here. Melvin Gordon next at $19. And then after that, we jump up. There's Drew Lock. So if Geno Smith goes down or throws 4 picks in the first, maybe we see Drew Lock come into play. There's Jerry Jeudy at $24 for a common. Surtain, I wouldn't be going to grab Surtain. We get Tyler Lockett right there for 28. I don't think I own a Russ Wilson. I think that might be problematic for ya boy. Noah Fant at 30 right now. That's another one that's probably you're going to need. And then you got DK Metcalf over there at $52. Javonte Williams, top shot debut is 68. Well, there's another Javonte, right? Did we already pass Javonte, or is that the first one? No, it's the first one. Javonte at 68. Okay. Anybody else that sticks out here? Russell Wilson right there at 90. Ooh, Russ. Finally, let Russ cook. Am I right? And then we get into, now these are the second moments of people. So yeah, and then we get to Rashad Penny. So there you go. There you go. It's going to be a little feisty. Travel Addict said, did they announce the challenge? Yeah, man. Just rewind this stream like 2 minutes and you will get that. Judy, here we go. J7 says, Judy has 2 10K. Sutton has 1 10K at 8K Cirque. Lockett has an 8K at 57 Cirque. DK has an 8K at only 44. So DK is the one. DK is the one. Let's ride. Let's ride. I got a Javonte common and rare, so may need to flip that if common he scores. Yeah, I think I have a few Albies. I think I have 4. Let me actually scroll back up, so I should be able to see that. Let me see. Alberto. Alberto, we got 3 Albertos, so we're going to have to flip an Alberto into something else. So let's see. Is it time to pump it up? Everybody go buy your Albizos. Looks like a stuck listing on the Melvy Gord. Grabbed the 20 before Undercutter started to realize it. Yeah, so that's something we haven't seen since the Crypto Dad days. But seeing a floor moment stuck, which ends up hurting the floor, right? Because people go to list and they list it at the floor, so it keeps it from jumping up. This happened last night with Julio Jones, and Russell Gage. I'm sorry, Russell Gage is where I noticed it. And Russell Gage had one stuck at 25, so people kept listing for 30 to 31, where it probably should have shot up to 40 or $50. So I want to shout out the NFL All Day team for not having that ready to go, so I could get one at 30 or whatever it was. So, it's a good to point that out. If you're trying to get a Melvin Gordon, now's the time. Not financial advice. All right, I think that's it for the challenges. I mean, what I like about the no touchdown thing, only touchdown, is there's only so much speculation that you could do. It's also not going to be a high-scoring game, I don't think. I would imagine we either see, like a shitty field goal game, 10-3, 17-7, something like that, or just an absolute trounce by the Broncos. I know that like there's the sharps out there, some are taking the Seattle points. I'm sorry, guys. Papa Geno Smith is not somebody I'm trying to put my hard-earned cash dollars on, okay? So that's where I've landed for that. Anything else on the challenges we need to cover before we kind of dive into week 1 a little bit more? Just fire it into the chat if you get some more stuff. Week 1 was a little weird. The Patriots are garbage. For those that remember, on Thursday night during the Bills game, your boy won a jersey, and I officially just put the order in, and people are like, who are you going to get? Ramondre Stevenson? Mac Jones? And I didn't get either. I got Jalen Waddle. Not only did I not get a Patriot, I got the guy that lit up the Patriots for a touchdown yesterday. Patriots look like garbage. Mac Jones back. He's going to be out, it looks like, or he's questionable, but most likely going to miss a game or 2. So I grabbed Jalen Waddle because that's my biggest underdog bag. I have like 25% Jalen Waddle. Give me the Waddle bags. Give me the Waddle jersey. Fins up. So excited to get that. But yeah, like looking around the league quickly, just like some takeaways. The Bengals Steelers game was one of the stupidest things I've ever seen. It both shows like how bad the Steelers are. Even though they won that game, they turned over Joey B like 6 times, and still it took like a missed extra point as time expired and a full ass overtime to get that W. So there you go. We shout out Mitch Trubisky. TJ Watt looks to have torn his pectoral, will probably miss the rest of the season. So that sucks for him and for the Steelers defense, although the Steelers play the Patriots next week, and I'm sure they'll just bum rush the Patriots. Justin Jefferson, Jefferson with just 4,000 yards yesterday, somehow was wide open. He was like Cooper Kupp-esque, where like every time you looked, it's like, oh, wow, Justin Jefferson, open by 12 yards. It was good to see the Aaron Rodgers and the Peaky fucking Blinders lose the game. And I'm not a Vikings fan or a Packers fan, but I found myself rooting for the Vikings. Not ready to count out Aaron Rodgers yet because he's, still pretty good. And I imagine they figured out a little bit. But big win for the Vikings. Like if you believe in the Vikings and you wanted them to make like a real playoff push, winning week 1, like it's stupid to say like you got to win the first game of the year. But I think that was like a pretty big win for the Vikings. If they lost, I didn't think they were out of it, but now I feel like they have a shot to make a run. What were the other big takeaways from week 1? The Cowboys, Dak Prescott's going to miss, I think, 3 or 4 weeks, right? With that thumb injury from that weird, awful Sunday night game between the Bucs. The Bucs have no offensive line. Godwin went down. Evans went down for a little bit. Brady got hit a bunch. He looked pissed off. He was yelling a bunch at people. Patrick Mahomes seems fine without Tyreek Hill. He threw for 5 million touchdowns yesterday. CEH sighting. Clyde Edwards-Helaire looked good. Kyler Murray and the Cardinals looked bad. Marquise Brown continues to do Marquise Brown shit. It's not Lamar Jackson. It's not the offense. Marquise Brown got outplayed by Greg Dortch yesterday. Now, granted, the Chiefs probably put more attention on Marquise Brown because there was no Rondale Moore, no DeAndre Hopkins. But, yeah, not great, Bob. What else? Justin Herbert looks awesome. Although I will say, right, we're walking away with that being like Chargers. They beat the Raiders. The Chargers came close to blowing that. Keenan Allen went down. He's hit down with a hamstring. I'm sure he's questionable. They have to play on Thursday. It's a quick turnaround for an injury like that, for a soft tissue. But hopefully Keenan, it's not too serious because I really want like a full squad Chargers Chiefs for Thursday night. Mike Williams was very like MIA. I don't know where Mike Williams went. Niners Bears was a weird game because it was like a hurricane out there. Trey Lance looked bad, but also, guys, everybody that's like freaking out about stuff, they played in a monsoon yesterday. No one looked like they were good at football. Okay. Nobody looked good yesterday. No one's like, ooh, Justin Fields, man. I mean, Justin Fields was fine, but it was also disgusting out. So like everybody pump the brakes on the Trey Lance hate. But the Bears, big win for Chicago. San Francisco couldn't get it done. Everyone's posting pictures of Jimmy Garoppolo now. Devontae Adams Devontae Adams looked very good. Ooh, 69mega.com. New AI dating disrupting industry. I feel like that's missing some like punctuation. 69mega.com. New artificial intelligence dating disrupting industry. Like, is there a comma, semicolon? What's missing there? We should do an ad read for them. 69mega.com. New robots dating disrupting industry. You've heard of iRobot. How about me, robot? How about you, robot? How about us, robot? Robot sex. NFTs. Jules says AI sex is legit. Jules, I'm screenshotting this. Cancel Jules. All right, sorry guys. Should we go closer? Closer. I'm not updating the Eliminator yet. I'm saving that for Wednesday, but your boy's out. I'm out after week 1. Shout out to Carolina Panthers. Are you finishing the running back challenge? Yeah, we'll go over that in a little bit, Glenn. We're going to stick on the foosball for a second. What other games did I miss here? What other games that seemed important? I think if you're the Raiders, though, you should, like, Derek Carr didn't look great, but I'm not too worried if I'm the Raiders. I think the Chargers are going to be really, really good. Trevo, welcome back to the office, my friend. I I don't know. Any other games you guys cared about yesterday? The Ravens looked really bad in the first half, and then Lamar woke up. Lamar woke up. The Jets look awful under Joseph Flacco. The Giants with a big dub. That was pretty good. The Saints with an incredible comeback. Shout out the Atlanta Falcons. The year could be 2098, and the Atlanta Falcons will do some weird shit and like lose the game at the end. Kyle Pitts wasn't really around, but Marcus Mariota kind of looked good. Winston looked good in the second half. Michael Thomas, after sitting out the entire first 3 quarters of the game, showed up and he looked good. Yeah, that was like most of it. I don't think we should react too hard from the first game. I don't think we should react too hard. I think we got plenty of time there to like see things. Like if you're the Titans fan, I wouldn't freak out too much, especially because that conference sucks, right? The Jags blew the game to Washington. Houston and Tennessee were like, you know what? I mean, Houston and Indianapolis were like, you know what? What if let's just tie? So I wouldn't freak out too much. About it. Let's go. Someone was asking about Rumble earlier. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I forgot to talk about that. Yeah. I mean, everybody, all of like the podcasts that I listened to were like, hammer AJ Brown for all of your wide receiver props for week 1. And I mean, he crushed it. Jalen Hurts too. Like it was weird. Jalen Hurts, the ultimate fantasy quarterback. I still don't know how great I would feel of him. Like if you're trying to go on a Super Bowl run, but he looks good. Miles Sanders looked good. They just run the ball well. But again, it's hard to take too much information from 1 week because we don't really know what a lot of these teams are. Like everybody was hyped up on Detroit based on Hard Knocks. And like Detroit kind of hung with them. Like they kept it around for a little bit. But yeah, AJ Brown. I mean, Devontae Smith was like MIA, which hurt my bags. But let's go look at Rumble for a second. Just a reminder, every Sunday, Mr. John Boy Beats and I from 11 to 12:15 are going to be breaking down the slate. So we'll be talking some DraftKings play, but specifically looking at Rumble projections, Rumble ownerships, how to build our lineups. And then if you missed it on Sunday, starting this coming week, we're going to have someone from NFL All Day come on and announce the challenges as they come live. So they're going to announce the challenges on stream with us Sundays around noon, which I'm really hyped about. I am hyped about. So I hope this becomes, forget CBS, baby. Forget Bill Cowher. You're with John and I in the mornings now. Dustin, really busy at Disney this morning, checking the floor on the Gaia Marketplace. Very cool, Dustin. Very cool. Buy the dip. But let's go check out Rumble and see how people did this week. Oh, wow. Sharp pain. Good Lord. Whoa. I'm going to go over to John's projections first because he updated the actual ownership versus projected ownership. And he was pretty damn close. He's pretty damn close with a lot of this stuff. And this goes into building our lineups for the future. So looking at the hero, right? This is what we have for actual hero projection. So for ownership, look at how close too. Like Josh Allen, his projection was 30. The actual projection was about 25, 15 and 14, 12 and 9, 12 and 4. So it's like all pretty close. Lamar Jackson, 10, 10. But what I thought was interesting in this, what I thought was interesting was looking at the hero ownership because it is pretty spread out. More people played quarterbacks than I thought. There was like way more quarterbacks than I thought. But when you look, the highest owned quarterback that was played in hero, though, looks like it was Patty Mahomes, though. So Josh Allen, but he doesn't have a rare, or if he does, it's very expensive. Mahomes right there with 3%, Herbert 1%, Kyler Murray 1.6%, and then Jalen Hurts. I was one of the Jalen Hurts 1.78%. And then there's a lot like under 1% of Rodgers, Brady, Burrow. Now, but you got to remember too, like 1% of how many were there? There are like 75 entrants, right? 7,500 entrants. So that's 1%, still a ton. That's still a ton. So when you see like when we scroll down to Cooper Kupp, and this was like the big talking point that we had, right? Was scroll down to Cooper Kupp, 5% in the hero. So 5% out of 7,500. And like it might have worked out this week because he did have a very high scoring game. But say you had a Justin Jefferson, and I know Justin Jefferson is only legendary, right? But Jefferson passed that like in the first half. It's huge. Strictly Sports says, wow. Wow, wow, wow. So the challenges will be announced here before anywhere else. How'd you manage that? Well, I mean, they're still going to be announced on the website, like almost simultaneously, but we managed that Strictly Sports because we are the Kings. We're the Kings, not the Sacramento Kings. Anyway, so I just wanted to put that out there. Like, if 5% of the field, 5% of 7,500, and you have to remember, like, only 350 people or 300 people are cashing. Only 300 people are cashing. So by pivoting off of this, you're like, I had Jalen Hurts, right? I had Jalen Hurts, and Jalen Hurts came close to passing Cooper Kupp, I believe here. The Artemis came just to say Julio. But if we look at this, right? So what was Jalen Hurts' final score here? I don't know if he updated that yet. So this is just ownership, I think, right? But his ceiling was 38. Did it say actual? Versus OTM. Where is it? Okay, he hasn't updated that part yet, I don't think, or I'm not reading it well, so my apologies. But if Jalen Hurts had passed Cooper Kupp, which he was close, he was very close, because I think he scored. I played him. I think he scored 32. Let me see. Excuse me. Where the hell are you? Here it is. Rumble leaderboard. All right, so this is my squad. This is my squad. Here it is. Here it is. Okay. So I ran out Jalen Hurts as my hero at 30.90. So he missed Cooper Kupp by, I forget how many points, like 5 points, maybe something like that. Or no, a little bit more than that. But if Hurts had caught Kupp, all of a sudden, instead of going against 5%, I'm going against 1%, right? Because I just leapfrog all of those people that started him. So that was the point I was trying to make over the weekend. I feel like people still think it's the wrong take, and that's fine. But I ended up with 163 points. And look at these shitbags. Aaron Jones only had 10. Mark Andrews had 10. CeeDee Lamb with a 4 spot. Or 4.9, excuse me. And then the Buffalo still with 20. I don't know if we can see. I don't think they have the live scoring. I know they have live scoring here, but I don't think they have rankings. But when you look at this, you see the live. So Patrick Mahomes is the highest scoring quarterback by 1.5 points. Carson Wentz, third place. Carson Wentz, third place. Joe says Hurts ran so bad yesterday. Goal line touches went to the running backs and had a pass down to the 1 yard line. Yeah, that was tough. He got a rushing touchdown early, and I was like, oh shit, it's gonna happen. And then he ended up not rushing in. Miles Sanders took one, and I think Boston Scott took the other one. But anyways, going back to the Rumble scores, Jalen Hurts finished 4th there with 24, and then you got Justin Herbert, Joey B, Jameis Winston, Lamar Jackson, Kyler Murray. But again, this is why I think the percentage owned thing is so important. Like, you saw Josh Allen had almost 25% ownership. You can see it right there, right? And I get it, because he had a good game, and he played the night he already played. So the score is already locked in. You're locking in those points. But you have to know that everyone else is thinking that too. And so if it is a common moment that a lot of people have access to. Now, if you have the Josh Allen hero, that's different. That's a different story, because not a lot of people have those. But for the common, locking that in. And then Patrick Mahomes, you're getting at a huge discount at 14%. And like even Carson Wentz, who's barely owned, I'm not saying play Carson Wentz, but I'm just showing this as a like under 1%, only a 5-point difference between Mahomes and Wentz, and even less, like under 4 points between him and Josh Allen. So it's just something to keep in mind as you're building these sweet ass lineups. All right, let's go over to the running back. The highest scoring was Saquon Barkley by a healthy margin. By 6 points, he outscored Jonathan Taylor, followed by DeAndre Swift, CPAT, CEH. Then it's Joey Mixon, AJ Dillon, Antonio Gibson, James Robinson, Miles Sanders. Like, so this is why projections, when you see projections and ownership so freaking high, this is why it's important to take a look at this, because you see, or it's important to get a little bit different. Like running back, Christian McCaffrey, who I played, because my take was to only play one of Jonathan Taylor in CMC. And you can see Taylor was 37, Christian McCaffrey was 30, right? And Taylor ended up being the right one. You had to play Taylor. But if you faded McCaffrey and played literally anyone like Connor, Carter, Sanders, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 running backs outscored CMC. Not sos. We go over to wide receiver. Justin Jefferson, Holy hell. Only 17% owned. And that's again because Cooper Kupp was 48%. I'll even say, yeah, Joe said, were you surprised that Kupp was under non-heroes under 5%? I was. I thought that was going to be a little bit higher. I was pretty surprised by that. I don't know what y'all are doing. I think if a wide receiver hits 30 on Thursday night or like the London games or any game that happens before lock, it's hard not to play that receiver. 30 is a lot of points for a wide receiver. As you can see, Jefferson almost hit 40. You had Devontae Adams who hit 30, and then it was Chase, Pittman, Stephon Diggs, and then A.J. Brown down here, Michael Thomas, Robbie Anderson, Amon, Ross, Sun God, St. Brown, Gabe Davis. But a lot of people, so actually, Gabe Davis was only 1%. I thought more people were going to plug him in and just take the points. That's actually good to see. But again, look at this. Cooper Kupp, 48%, Chase, 26, and then Stephon Diggs, 27. But Diggs was an interesting point. We talked about this on Sunday morning, too. We talked about it on Sunday morning where Diggs was like right on the cusp, right? I was saying if Diggs got 4 more points, if he hit that 30-point threshold, I probably would have locked him in. But because he stayed under that, I was like, there's going to be some receivers that pass him. And what I should have done was played fucking him instead of CD Lamb. CD 4.9 Lamb. All right, let's go over to the tight end. Tight end, you got Travis Kelce. He was the chalk monster. But then you know what? This was good chalk because he outscored the next tight end by 11 points. The next tight end being Taysom Hill. Then you got Freiermuth, Darren Waller. So Freiermuth went 5 for 75. Waller kind of like 4 for 79, but kind of a quiet game. Mark Andrews, 5 for 52, already talked about. But most of the ownership, you got to see almost 42% of the 43% of the ownership between Kelce and Andrews. And we were talking about this too. Like tight end is one of those spots, man, where I feel like it's where you get different. You don't want to be playing chalky tight ends. I know it worked out this week with Travis Kelce, but in the conclusion, that's how I feel. Let's go look at defense. So Pittsburgh with 27 points. We don't really have ownership on this, which is tough. But we had 2 teams outscore Buffalo. It was kind of nuts that Buffalo ended up not being like super chalky. But there you go. Defense is kind of all over the place. But those are the Rumble takes right off the bat. I got to tell you, what a blast though. Sundays are usually chaotic enough in football with DraftKings and season long or dynasty, whatever the hell you're doing. Underdog pick'ems, shout out promo code hold. But throwing NFL all day into the mix with these challenges was absolute bonkers. Trying to keep pace with what was happening. So, and shout out the on the moment sniper tool was like pretty handy as well. Like if you guys looked at this, not the sniper tool. I mean, that's cool too, but look at, where is it? What am I looking? Oh yeah. Cause I want OTM. Sorry. Let me go back to OTM just so I can All right. So if we go to the challenges, Flash Challenge Terminal, there's not, I'm not logged in. Of course. Cool. Zakarian. Not logged in. Let's try it again. Flash Challenge Terminal. The way that it like would update it live, I thought was pretty fancy. So check that out. And then also, if you guys, I know Momentum Labs, shout out Momentum Labs who come on Sundays with John, and they're helping us out here with some projections. We're going to be using his tools throughout the fantasy football season. So definitely check out Momentum Labs. But this is like to see how close some of his ownership projections are going to be super helpful moving into more seasons. But yeah, just the day in itself yesterday was pretty intense. It was a lot of fun. I haven't gotten my ass kicked quite like that in a while on DraftKings. It was pretty bad. Just didn't seem to put together the right stuff. All right. So it's been 33 minutes since the challenges have gone live. Have people been firing? Like, let's look at the marketplace here. I got to take a sip of water though. Let's take a look at the market on NFL All Day here and see if we've had some major movement and how much it's gone up. And sometimes they're a little bit behind, so it's hard to tell. Let me pump that up. So, all right, Melvin Gordon is up 18% in the last 4 hours. Let's actually just do 4 hours because, all right, Chris Miller. I'm actually realizing now I might not have one of these historical ones, but I'm not going to wild out yet until it's time. But Chris Miller, Matt Hasselbeck, Carson Wentz, we saw jump up a little bit, which is kind of funny. Then we got Camus Grigel, Rashard Penny's rare up to 190, up 192% in the last week. Shout out to everybody that speculated on that boy. And all I can say right now, if you are sitting on those Rashard Pennies, not financial advice, but good Lord.
We are from the city and Arliss. Big ticket, hey, big ticket. Gonna flip for $1 here, $1 there, $1 here, $1 there. $1 here, $1 there, $1 here, $1 there.
Those are some pretty nice gains. And I feel like maybe, I don't know, maybe it keeps mooning, but that is pricey. Melvin Gordon, like we said, was up. Wait, does he have 2 moments that are? No, that's the first one. Christian McCaffrey is back up. Chase Claypool. Who else? Wow. So where's Alberto at? Why aren't you guys scooping Alberto? That was going to be my big time to shine. Let's see what Alberto's looking like. $19. All right, it's up 5%, but we got to pump this a little bit more, guys. Alberto should be 100. Let's see if the floor's thin. There you go, big ticket. The penny is listed. That's a good move. IMO. Oh yeah, we're already up to 20. Gotta pump it up. Thin floor. Let's get this to 80. Dang, may need to sell penny since technically don't need the challenge. There you go. Yeah. I mean, who knows, man? Maybe he scores and he absolutely moons, but we just got to remember, like, you saw Chris Godwin on fire last night. You saw CD Lamb get pumped up for a little bit, and in the pumps are quick. And I got to say, like, if you are trying to flip, right? Also, is my beard uneven? What are we doing, Zakarian? It's embarrassing. If you are trying to flip, and feel free to talk me off the ledge and say this is wrong, but if you are trying to flip, I think you have to list this stuff beforehand. I think you got to pick a number that you're okay with, right? So let's look at the Rashad Penny, for example, right? Sitting at 190. Maybe you want to try to do the challenge, but if you are like, I do want to flip on the way up, and you're like at 250, that's where I want it to. If it gets to 250, I'm selling it. I would list it at 250 now, because the way these things spike up and come back down, it's so quick and it's so hard to time, because once you decide to list, you have to think there are 100 other people out there that had the same thought process. They're like, once it hits 250, I'm flipping it. I would just list it at 250 now, because the second you list it, you're going to see it start coming back down. And then you're gonna be like, oh man, I should have, maybe I'll do it for 240. And that everyone's doing the same thing at the same time. We saw this happen in Top Shot in so many flash challenges, right? Where it's a meteoric rise, and then it just falls off a cliff. It happens fast. Life comes at you fast. So you just have to be ready. You have to be ready for that. So if that is your game plan, that would be my recommendation, is to list it now instead of waiting later. And let me just drop. We'll do another drop. None of this is financial advice. Do what you love what you do. Something like that, right? Man, it always just shows you how much I've aged in like a year. I guess that's a little over a year now. Wow. But yeah, that's how I've been approaching this stuff. Is just listening ahead of time and go from there. I don't know. What else do you guys want to talk about? I feel like those are the big takeaways from this weekend, where Justin Jefferson seems like he's going to be good. The Cowboys seem like they're going to be bad. My fantasy team. Shout out Aaron Borland, who took me out back in the fantasy matchup this week for Team Hold. It was an absolute smoke show. All that previous scouting experience, he just lit me up with it. So shout out Borland on that W. Actually, we can look at the Eliminator. Albert Floor's already up. Let's go. Oh, there is a doubleheader next week too on Monday Night Football. So that's going to be exciting. I'm telling you, all of the movement is going to be in these island games. Or I guess if it's 2 games, what kind of island is it? Do we call it like the United Kingdom instead of like an island game? It's like a big island. But that's where a lot of the movement's going to happen, because it's like a condensed one night thing. It's a fling, really. It's a one night stand. Let's double check Alberto though. Let's check Albio. Let's see. Did he pump up again? Gotta pump it up. Let's see. But yeah, the Monday night game, I'm excited for tonight. Also, just a reminder too. I meant to share this already. Let me grab the link to share in the chat. Oh, Albio at 20. No, we got to get it higher. Come on, get higher. Oh, 23. Let's go. Are accounts like Justin and Girl Dad 3X legit bots? I don't know. It's a great question. But anyways, what I wanted to say, tonight is the night. And I will. We are going to be on watch playback. Okay, we are going to be watching Monday Night Football together as the challenge. As the challenges come in, we are going to be firing away. If you've never done playback, you get a full live stream of the game. All you got to do is create an account, and then you get to hear my voice instead of Joe Buck and Troy Aikman. So create an account. We're going to do that tonight. It's going to be a good time. It's going to be a good time. Let's take a look at the eliminator pool too. That's another thing that would be fun to see how people did for the team hold eliminators. I know I'm out. I'm out already. I took Carolina. I liked the take. I didn't trust Jacoby Brissett. I wanted to get Carolina out of the way right away. It looks like 93 members in it. Hold on. I want to look at the group. Sorry. And then I'll share it. All right, here we go. Here we go. All right, let's do this. Sorry, and then I'll come back over to StreamYard. My bad. Hold on. Stand by. All right, here we go. Here's the eliminator. JK says Penny has already tanked back down. Wonder how much them announcing end of the week challenge drove that back down. Probably. All right, here we go. There's 93, 74. We lost 19 people in the first round. We had 8 picks of the Titans, 7 picks of the Bengals, and then 1 pick of the Carolina Panthers. Shout out me for sucking bad. We love to see it. But yeah, I don't know. What else do you guys want to talk about? I'll hang around for like 10 more minutes or so. We get a full house. Make sure you create the playback account. I'm going to drop a link to the Discord if you're not in the Discord already. Joe, I feel he's like, thanks, Titans. Just a reminder, if you're new here, like the stream and subscribe to Team Hold. We've got another football show. We have football shows Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday morning. So we'll have on Wednesday, we'll kind of go over all of the different challenges that were completed. We'll look at the numbers of who completed what and kind of try to figure out how NFL All Day is going to move forward with the playbook. And because I just wonder like how many more packs they're able to dish out with like the current supply, with how many people are completing the 100-yard playbook, right? So we'll take a look at that. On Friday, we'll do another Rumble build and get ready for the new season, the new week. We'll take a look at all the matchups and some DraftKings stuff. And then Sunday, we'll do all the pregame chaos, inactives, and then the announcement of the Sunday channels. So the Sunday challenges. So I gotta say, are you jumping into the game recognized game drop? No, I did a show this morning, Anthony, and it was in, if you want to check that out, it was on this channel. It was just a basketball show. And I talked about how I'm sitting that dropout because I just think it was poorly planned and poorly executed, and I'm not doing it. Pulled a rare in the 4th and goal pack. Yeah, me too, regulator. I pulled a Tyler Boyd and Adrian Peterson, Dario Kublable. Yikes, I did not do a good job with that. And then there was another moment, Cincinnati Bengals defender, I think. What did you pull in yours, regulator? I was pretty pumped for that. The 4th and goal pack was fire. I saw, Tom, you said not crazy numbers complete. I thought we were like up over 2,000 right now, that like we're currently on pace. Is that wrong? Maybe that's not a crazy number. It feels like that might be crazy. Pulled the Julio. There you go. Did you hold the Julio or sell the Julio? Also, Julio looked fresh last night. He really did. Julio looked fresh. I don't know. But they're in trouble. Their offensive line is in trouble. They really are. I don't know what they're going to do moving forward. You got the Judon rare. There you go. But I don't know what, like, it's hard to gauge like how strong Tampa Bay was because they looked a little like wishy-washy, but then they still won pretty convincingly. But Dallas looks really bad. I mean, Dallas, no wide receivers at this point. Another all-day take, Mike. Which is the all-day take I have to walk back? Which one was it? About how many people completed it? I thought a lot of people had it. I don't know which take I'm walking back. Julio looked. Oh, about Julio Jones. Got you. Julio looked faster than last year to me. Do we know what score is needed at the moment to cash and rumble? I believe it was in the 200s. I think you have to like low 200 would get you in there. BD said I pulled Rodgers, Josh Allen's, and the Rams team out. There you go. That's nice. Yeah, you're right. You're right. So far, Julio has beaten the one quarter. So far, Julio has beaten the first quarter. He's made it through 4. He's made it through 4, and he looks good. What was Julio's final line, actually? Let me look that up. Let me move off of ESPN. What was his final line? Because it did. I was having a real tough time. Like, I thought CeeDee Lamb had way more than 2 catches, and it was like, nope, 2 catches for fucking get nothing. All right. So yeah, it was less than 70 yards. That's for sure. All right. Julio had 3 for 69. All right. 3 for 69 and that one catch was 54 yards. Okay. All right. So after everybody went through and took those victory laps, they were like, oh yeah, so he caught one other catch or 2 other balls. Mike Scarron looks like he just took the 6th booster. Mike still wears a mask on the subway. You know what's funny about this right here is that if you just put like a space bar and hit enter into the chat, it would have been way funnier, right? Mike Scarron looks like he just took a 6 booster, would have come out of nowhere, whatever. Mike still wears it. It's like you immediately ruined your own joke. Immediately ruined your own joke. It's too bad. I'm surprised. I got to imagine you're holding a Flunks bag, right? You big Flunks guy? And meanwhile, look, fill your life with emotions. Find love. Guys, I'm gonna come clean. I'm going to come clean. I think 69mega.com might have some flaws because they were in here just a few minutes ago, telling us it was all about artificial intelligence. I thought we were banging robots at 69mega.com. Now you're telling me it's fill life with emotions and find love. Which one is it? Or be more specific. Is it robot love we're looking for? But do robots have emotions? This is conflicting messaging. I have breaking news. 69mega.com works for NBA Top Shot. With that type of communication and messaging, which one is it? Which one is it? Is it 1 rare drop for the W or 2? Which one is it, 69mega.com? Unreal. We're out here trying to pivot to NFL all day. And once again, the Top Shot crew is in here trying to take credit for what NFL All Day is doing, trying to change the narrative. Gosh, unreal. Unreal. Just let us bang our robots. Let us bang our robots. Anyways, anything else you guys want to cover? Anything else? Did we hit it? Not as hard as 69mega.com. You know what I'm saying? All right, I think if you guys don't have any other questions, I think we might just call it there. We had a nice tight 50 minutes banging out all the NFL All Day challenges. We had a good time with this. I got to say, what a fun week, right? What a fun week. It's the most active our Discord's been in a long time. People were like really jacked up for it and ready to go. I had a great time with it. It was fun following along. It was fun speculating what the challenges were going to be. And then when we got the challenges, speculating who was going to make them. We saw like Taysom Hill being in the top 5 for rushing for 10 minutes, and you saw his moment jump up. Jalen Hurts was in it for a little bit. So there's a lot of stuff happening. It was really just a fun time, and I haven't had that much fun since some of the early on Top Shot Flash challenges. I will say, Artemis, open your ears for a second. For 1 second. This has been fun, and we're having a great time. And football is different than basketball, and it's wonderful. And the challenges and the rumble is great. We have done this before. All right. This has happened before. So just keep that in mind as all the good vibes and the good energy and the account valuation moving up. Just remember, we've had sexy flash challenges where moments mooned. We've had only up. And we've seen where Top Shot is. So I'm not saying it's definitely going to do the same thing. but just keep that in mind as we play with this new shiny toy. All right? Just be careful. Just be careful. All right, good times, everybody. Reminder, I'm going to share the link one more time. Jump in the playback tonight. We'll be live right around 8 o'clock. I'm really excited for it. It's going to be the first football one that we have done. Let me share this link. We have 295 members in there. I would like to get over 300. So go ahead, create an account. The best thing is, right, if you don't have cable because you sync your cable company to it, it still works with like YouTube TV, Hulu TV, ESPN Plus, all that shit. But you can also just listen to us and not see the game like it's a normal YouTube stream. So keep that in mind. Vincent Valdez says, sorry, I'm at work. Is Lockett good to have? Yeah, you need someone to score a touchdown. Anybody that could score a touchdown is good to have. Even Papagino Smith. All right, everybody, we're going to get out of here. And we're going to end the way we started with a little big ticket flip city. See you tonight at 8. Otherwise, tomorrow morning for some hoops. We out.
We are from the city and our business.